Why is it that the guys who care less get more? Some men vanish for a week, and suddenly every woman starts noticing. Meanwhile, others text, compliment, chase, and get completely ignored. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Attraction doesn't follow logic. In fact, most dating advice teaches you to do everything wrong. The men who stay on a woman's mind, the ones she texts first, thinks about nonstop and even chases, they're not lucky. They're following invisible rules of human psychology. Today, we're going to break down the 6 psychological triggers that flip the script and make you the one she can't stop thinking about. This isn't game playing. This is understanding why walking away speaks louder than words. Number 1, don't always be there. Want to know the fastest way to become invisible to her? Always be available. It sounds counterintuitive, but psychology proves this again and again. The more accessible you are, the faster you lose value. Think about your favorite food. If you had it every single day, how long would it stay special? The same applies to human attention. What's always there fades into the background. When you take a few hours to respond, when you're busy with your own life, gym, work, friends, you signal something powerful, self-worth. You're not ignoring her, you're just not chasing. And that subtle difference, it makes you stand out. Most men rush to reply, answer every call, drop everything. That behavior is common, and what's common is forgettable. But when you shift your energy, when she starts wondering, why hasn't he replied yet? You've entered her mind, and that's where attraction grows. Just like limited edition sneakers or sold out concerts, scarcity breeds desire. The truth? When she has to wait a little, she starts imagining a lot. And when she imagines you, she misses you. Number 2, make her remember. Want to stay in her thoughts long after you're gone? Anchor yourself to her senses. Start with scent. Our brains link smells to emotions faster than any other sense. Choose one cologne, just one, and make it your signature. Don't drown in it, just enough for her to notice every time you're near. Weeks or even months later, if she catches that same scent elsewhere, her mind will snap right back to you. One guy did this, and his ex messaged him out of the blue. I smelled your cologne, and I couldn't stop thinking about you. But this goes beyond smell. Create micro-memories. Inside jokes only you two share. Nicknames that no one else uses. Songs, places, or movies you experience together for the first time. These aren't just moments. They're mental landmines. Every time she re-encounters them, she thinks of you. You're no longer just a guy she dated. You're a part of her daily life. Triggered by music, smells, or street corners. That's not coincidence. That's psychological imprinting. She's not missing you randomly. You designed it. Number 3, end things while they're good. Here's one of the biggest mistakes guys make, and they don't even realize it. They overstay their welcome. You're having a great conversation, so you keep going and going until there's nothing left to say. You're on a fun date? You try to stretch it out for hours. Wrong move. The secret? Leave while the energy is high. Right when things feel electric, that's when you pull away. Example, you're on the phone and it's going amazing. Say, this was really fun, but I've got to go. Let's catch up tomorrow. You're on a great date? End it with, this was incredible, but I have an early morning. She'll be confused. And that's good. Her brain will be left craving more. Instead of, finally it's over, you want her thinking, wait, that's it. Think about your favorite Netflix series. The best episodes cut to black right at the peak. That cliffhanger keeps you coming back. That's what you are now, her emotional cliffhanger. When you end on a high, you leave her mind spinning. And that's exactly where you want to be, stuck in her head. Number 4, keep some mystery. Want her to think about you nonstop? Don't be an open book, be a puzzle. Here's the truth. Women don't obsess over what they know. They obsess over what they can't figure out. So post that steak dinner on your story, but don't say who you're with. Share a photo at a rooftop bar, but leave out the reason why you're there. Let her imagination do the heavy lifting, and it will, because the brain craves closure. But when you give her just enough to wonder, she fills in the blanks, and you become the story in her head. Just make sure it's real. Go hit the gym, learn something wild, travel, live a life that actually sparks curiosity. Then show her glimpses, not the full movie. Bonus technique. When she asks, "What did you do this weekend?" say, "Had a crazy adventure. Tell you later." Then change the subject. Now you're unpredictable. Now you're intriguing. Because here's the psychological truth. Mystery activates desire. The less she knows, the more she wants to know. And the more she wants to know, the more she thinks about you. Number 5, be real, not a replica. Let's get one thing straight. Being agreeable won't make her want you. A lot of guys think they need to nod along with everything she says, agree with every opinion, avoid conflict at all costs, just to stay on her good side. But here's the brutal truth. If you never show her who you really are, she can't truly like you, because there's no you to like. Confidence isn't about pretending. It's about owning your thoughts, your preferences, your values. And yes, even if she doesn't agree with all of them, the most attractive men are the ones who aren't afraid to say, "Actually, I see that differently," or "That's just not my thing." I know a guy who once told a girl, "Rom-coms really aren't my vibe, but I'll watch it this time if I get to pick the next one." She respected him more for standing his ground because it showed self-respect. And here's the psychology behind that. Women don't miss guys they don't respect. And no woman respects a man who hides who he really is just to be liked. Disagree if you must, but don't attack. Say, "That's an interesting take," or "I see it differently." You're not looking for conflict. You're showing that you're whole, unapologetically yourself. That's the kind of man who stays on her mind. Not because you tried to be perfect, but because you were real. Number 6, create positive competition without even trying. This might be the most overlooked attraction trigger of all. Social proof. When a woman sees that other women are interested in you, or simply enjoy being around you, it activates something powerful in her mind. It's not about making her jealous. It's not about games. It's about value. Here's the psychology. We want what others want. When she sees you surrounded by people who laugh at your jokes, enjoy your company, or light up when you walk in, she starts to think, "Wait, what's so special about him?" And just like that, she's curious, invested, drawn in. You don't have to force this. You don't need to flirt with every girl in sight. Just be the guy who brings good energy into the room. Be the one who's kind, confident, and fun to be around. People, especially women, pick up on that fast. And here's the twist. You don't do this for her. You do it for you. Because when you're building a life that's full, interesting, and socially magnetic, people naturally want to be around you. Let's be clear. You don't become magnetic by acting like you're high value. You become magnetic by being high value, by pursuing your goals, standing on your values, being unapologetically real, and refusing to beg for attention. When a woman sees that you're the kind of man others respect and admire, she starts to rethink how she sees you. She starts to miss you, not because you tried to manipulate her emotions, but because your presence is now associated with confidence, good energy, and genuine value. The bottom line? Don't chase women. Attract them by becoming someone worth missing. And remember, it's not about tricking her into liking you. It's about becoming so authentic, so solid in who you are, that she'd rather miss you than forget you. If this hit you, don't scroll. Subscribe. Comment if she's still on your mind. And remember, silence isn't weakness. It's preparation. Stay sharp. Stay silent. Stay dangerous.